our house is finally all done. And we just had the rental people come and take photos of this so they can start renting it out as soon as we leave. But let me give you a little tour. All right, here's our front door. It's our entryway, now all repainted. It's a new light fixture. We're gonna have a painting right here. It should come from Amazon anytime. Here's our door with their crazy Italian lock system. This one, see, you've got 4 deadbolts. And then you have this, which moves a bar up into there, moves this bar, which puts one up and one down. And you have up and down on the right side as well. So if you want to lock up both doors, you've got to lock up everywhere. It's crazy. But that's pretty standard to have 2 locks. So both of them have twice as many deadbolts as an Italian door, or an American door. All right. So this area here, this is the kitchen door, which I'll move out of the way. This is our storage closet now, labeled Privato. Up here, that's where the hot water heater is and a few other things we just stored up there. This will be locked while we're gone, so we can leave our clothes and things in here. As you can see, it's a bunch of stuff, including some collapsible bikes. But that'll just be there when we leave. And here is the kitchen. Heidi looking studious, doing her work. We have our lovely IKEA table with our yellow tablecloth. Real lemons. And we got 4 stools under the table, and this table will expand and get bigger. You can eat in here, although we have another table. This is also used as additional workspace if you'd like. Nice. Here's our Italian kitchen. Got our cooktop. This is our only oven, the sink, the microwave, and then the washing machine is behind there. And then you've got this, which is all just, shelving, pantry, space. We have our very generic IKEA dishes.
I'm looking at the cupboards.
Right.
Fully equipped.
Fully equipped for all your baking needs, which you're not going to do if you're on vacation. No, this is still on. There we go. Here's our sink. And these are our trash cans because in Italy, you have to throw your trash away separately when you recycle. Glass, plastic and metal, paper, everything else that doesn't fit. And this is food waste that you toss. We are going to get another thing put in here that looks just like this tall cabinet. We decided afterwards it would make more sense instead of having our, stuff just sitting out there. Here's our map of San Remo on here. You can hang clothes out to dry here if you feel like it. But this is the street, which you've probably seen before if you've watched any of our videos. Someday we're going to replace these windows because they're old and kind of cheap, but they work great for now. This is your clothes drying rack, because generally that's what you do in Europe. You don't use a clothes dryer. Our washing machine has a clothes dryer, but it does a horrible job drying clothes. It's nothing like a U.S. clothes dryer, so we mostly hang them out. There's our AC heating unit in the kitchen. They did such a great job in here. I don't know if you can see this wall right here. It curves, right? Not only does it get narrower here, but this wall curves this way, but they did such a good job redoing it and replastering it and putting some texture in there that you don't really notice it. But you can see maybe on the floorboard here how it curves.
That's why they had to use that kind of trim.
Which reminds me, so here is more or less a right angle. Over there is not. In fact, the kitchen, they're going to come in and fix this, but this corner is not a right angle, so they couldn't get it to match. This they're just going to leave. It's not a big deal if there's dead space here, but they got to put something there to cap it off so people don't just drop stuff in the back.
Do you need any help with anything there?
All right. Here is our living room. Finally furnished. Finally got the last things the other day. Every single piece of furniture you see in the house was either carried up by me or carried up and assembled. It took a long time to get all this done. This is a fold-out couch. So this bottom part rolls out, and so it actually has a really big sleep surface. We got some storage cabinets over here, which we mostly use for shoes and stuff. Smart TV. This is another table, so if we have company over, we sit at the big table. That actually folds down. Both sides of it will collapse, and so it's really not that wide. This is where Heidi works every day. She's got her computer set up. Wi-Fi's right behind it. Adjustable desk. And as you can see just past that, we have another desk, and that's down in the bedroom. We'll go there in a second. We have 2 workspaces. So 2 people can come, they can shut this door here, and both can be working or doing separate things. This is the view out of our window out of the other street. This is the side of the house that we come in on, or our neighbors and their laundry. And those of you who are familiar, I have to say 2319. If you don't get the reference, just ignore my silliness. All right, I'll shut the window up. All right, I put this there because this is how low this door is. I put that there for me too. I hit my head a few times. It hurts. It's a thick wall. That's how thick the wall is. To give you an idea. That's how thick the wall is. That's a lot of rock. Originally, this is probably where this house ended. And then that was a separate house or structure. And then somebody bought the 2 and cut this out and made a walkway. You'll notice this is a different, we have 2 steps down and then 2 steps down. And also over here in the kitchen, you have 2 steps up because this house is not all one flat surface. Because when this building was built, they just slapped stuff together. All right, we got a little storage closet here. This is where we have our beach umbrella, beach towels, and other outdoorsy things that we can leave for people. Here's the other workspace. We're eventually going to put an AC unit and leave it on this little landing here to help cool the bedroom off. It's not horrible, but it's be nice to turn off that AC unit and have just our bedroom cooled by just a bedroom AC unit. But here is our bedroom. They did such a good job. The ceilings were so in such poor shape. We have these open closets here because this is also a narrow space. And yes, it's wider here than it is here. And then it opens up even wider in the back. So we left open closets so you don't have doors or anything getting in the way. And it's pretty roomy now. This is the bedroom door that goes out to the staircase as well. They just painted it. This was the last thing they had to do. And it's got bars that are going to go up and down because they have to, even though it already has 4 deadbolts. And this is our bed space. It is, so as you can imagine, with these super thick ceilings, it is so quiet in here when you sleep. So this right here, this is the staircase of the stairwell when you come in the building. But to not waste space, you have this little nook back here. So there's a little more space around there. And that is the end of our house tour. Let's bring you back through the other way so you can have a look at it. I forgot to show you the bathroom. This is the door. This door still needs to be replaced. There's a shipping issue. This, when you open it, it blocks that whole hallway. So rather than block this hallway, we're getting a folding door that'll fold inward, sort of like a bifold door. Also because this is a small bathroom and it gets really humid here, so we want to just leave the door open, keep the humidity down, but not have it block the whole hallway. So I put a note so when guests come, they can see that we already ordered a new door because the trim is missing off the inside. Here's our shower. Previously, instead of just this space here, the guy had a washing machine there, which means this was like 6 inches shorter than it was. And this is snug as is. I don't understand how he took showers in there. There's a toilet. They were going to, this is the one, if you saw in our other video, the tank here, it was supposed to be inset in the wall, but the problem was there was like essentially rebar from when the house was built in, I don't know, 1200s, 1300s, 1400s. And he couldn't get it in there. So we said, no, please don't mess with that. Most Italian houses have a bidet. We did not want to put one because of the lack of space. So they put this little, what we would call a kitchen spray hose, but in Italy, that's for people who want to use a bidet. We use it to, I don't know, spray stuff. Then we got our sink here. There's our little vent fan in the corner, which vents out this channel here to the outside. And then we had them put in a second shelf underneath, so we can store all our stuff under there. There you go. Now I'm seeing the whole house.